Joining us now live to talk about the latest on the pandemic is Elizabeth Hertel, the director of the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Now, concerns over the Delta variant are growing across the country, around the world. And as of this morning, what impact is the Delta variant having here in Michigan?
We have seen that the Delta variant is present in Michigan. We have been able to sequence a couple of samples that tell us it is here. So we know that it's present here. We have not seen the Delta variant become the prevalent variant in Michigan, but that certainly we anticipate that to happen just as it has everywhere else.
Well, let's talk about mask mandates. Places in California and Louisiana reinstating some form of a mask mandate. Do you expect a mask mandate to come back here in Michigan if the Delta variant gets any worse?
People in the state of Michigan know the measures that they need to take to mitigate their risks. We know that children under the age of 12 are unable to be vaccinated, so I would expect and encourage schools, when they go back in person, to have mask requirements for kids younger than 12 and those who haven't been vaccinated. At this point, we're not seeing increases that are concerning enough, I think, to put those back in place. But again, we've been going through this for over a year, and people know how to keep themselves safe.
So just to zero in on that just a little bit more, do you want a mask mandate for children in schools? We're getting closer to that. Even President Biden hinting that the CDC might actually call for kids under 12 and under to mask up in schools. Do you think that should happen in Michigan?
We've been working with school districts throughout the summer to talk about what sort of measures they should put in place. And based on the level of transmission that they have in their areas, they should be layering on different mitigation measures to keep those kids safe, including masks.
Now, when Michigan announced its latest winners yesterday in the My Shot to Win sweepstakes, a lot of people watching that. The lottery, of course, aimed at getting more people vaccinated, but there hasn't been a large uptick in shots into arms. Do you think the sweepstakes is working, and what's next?
We did see a small uptick in the number of people who started getting vaccinated, which is really, really exciting. We know that immunizations naturally decrease over the summer months. And so with this sweepstakes, we're hoping to see that will level out, and we will continue to see people getting vaccinated as we move into the fall.
Is it concerning to you that the rate of vaccinations has slowed as much as it has?
It's absolutely concerning. We have 3 safe and very effective vaccines as our best tool against COVID-19, and I still highly encourage anyone who has not yet gotten vaccinated to please go out and do so.
And as far as a mask mandate coming back, you don't see it coming back yet?
I don't see it coming back yet. While we're seeing our case rates go up a little bit in the state of Michigan, we're still in a good position right now with the measures that we have in place. And again, the people of the state of Michigan have gone through this for over a year. We know how to keep ourselves safe, and I think that people will continue to take those measures.
Elizabeth Hertel, Director of the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Have a great day.